You might want to include photos or other images in your independent project, and this means you have to be oriented in copyright rules, so here is a short introduction. The Copyright Act protects literary works, photos, images, maps, musical works, as well as films, sculptures, and computer software, for instance. As soon as any of these types of works has been created, it is automatically covered by copyright, so no kind of application or registration is required. There is, however, a requirement of originality, and this means that the work must be the result of personal intellectual creativity, and it must be original and unique. It is generally said that two persons should not independently be able to create exactly the same work. The Copyright Act includes two kinds of rights. The economic rights deal with the spreading of works, that is, whether others may use the work in question. Economic rights may be sold or transferred. So if you want to use an image you have found in a book or scientific article, you usually have to contact the publisher to ask for permission. And if you seek permission to use, say, a diagram in a scientific article, there is often a link in the electronic version of the article which takes you to a form where you can state your purposes. And students are usually granted permission to use images or diagrams in their thesis if they ask for permission. Then there are also the moral rights, and this means that the creator always has the right to be cited when someone else uses his or her work. The creator also carries the right to protest against offensive use of his or her work, and the moral rights cannot be transferred. So when using another person's photo, you should include the photographer's name. The copyright rules are valid from the time when the work was created to 70 years after the death of the creator, so it's rather a solid protection. A special rule applies to photographs. Photos that are not unique and cannot be considered original are still protected for 50 years after being taken. This means that, for instance, an ordinary tourist photo of the Eiffel Tower probably does not reach the status of originality, but it is still protected for 50 years. But if a photo can be considered original, it will enjoy copyright protection for 70 years after the photographer's death.
So now that you're writing your own academic text, how do the copyright rules affect you? You can refer to other text sources as long as you use correct modes of referencing. And the same goes for quotations. Always remember to quote correctly and to a reasonable extent. However, if you wish to use someone else's image or diagram in your thesis, and the creator has not been dead for 70 years, you need to get the creator's permission. The general recommendation is to contact the copyright holder and ask for permission, because without permission you risk being sued for damages. And if you get a permission to use a certain image, you also need to provide a clear reference for the source of the image. Luckily, there are also images with special licenses, which makes it okay to use them without a permission. And we will tell you more about how to find images that are free to use in another video.